So the question for today is, are wholesale saunas worth it? Or should you kind of, dip into your funds a little bit more and buy a premium sauna?
It depends on what you're looking for. Let's take a step inside and go over it. Hi.
Actually are.
Hi, I'm Matt. I've tried over 40 sauna brands. I'm the most hated sauna man on the internet at this point. But if you really want to find out what these things are like before you buy them, strap in. This is a dynamic Gracia 1 to 2 person Costco sauna. We've had it for, I don't know, a couple months, 2 months, 3 months. Regularly, I think it's $18.99, or let's just call it a under $2,000 price category. Once you go over $2,000, usually you're into the 3 and 4s. There's not a lot of stuff that's $2,500, $2,800. Yeah, later on we'll go into a premium sauna that costs 2 or 3 times as much as this. We go in something that's $5,000 or $6,000, and you can see the difference. But right now, let's talk about, how I think they arrive at bringing this product to market, what the pros and cons of it are, who it's for, who it's not for. Some people are upset with me because they want to love this thing. They want it to be the Lexus, but you're not getting a Lexus for $2,000, unfortunately. It would be like, going to the Kia dealership and the Kia is like, oh, we've improved our cars and they're so this and that and the other, but they don't have the track record of that reliability. They don't have quite the build quality, the noise canceling. Now, there are folks out there that say, oh, yes, it does. Have you tried it? Right? But will it last 100,000 miles performing like that? Does it have the reliability, of the Toyota motor? Does it have customer support and the warranty behind it? Some would, argue and say yes, 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 but let's not kid ourselves. There is a drastic difference between those cars, just like there's a drastic difference between these two saunas. I do like it for what it is because you can't buy anything else for the price. It's better than having nothing. But I mean, you want me to sit here and say that this is like amazing and that I would pick it. It's just not true. I'd rather have something else.
Why is that?
Well, like you saw, when you carry in a high-end sauna, what's the difference when you pick up this wall versus another wall, right? There's a huge difference. What's the difference in the build quality? When we look at this sauna on a FLIR camera, what did you see? Because what I saw was a different style of infrared emitter that has a coil woven through it. None of the other high-end saunas look like that. So why do these look like that? They feel different. The feet are cold in this thing. The EMF is not as advertised. I mean, people want it to be, a certain way, but when you check it, it's just not. That doesn't inherently make it bad. If you're a person that's never going to buy a Lexus car, then why would it matter? So if you're a person that's never going to buy a $6,000 or $7,000 sauna, why are we sitting here harping on all this stuff? It just doesn't make any sense. I'm going to show you how to modify this thing and make it work better. There is a way to fix the lack of heat on the feet. I mean, your legs from the knees down are dry in this thing. It's not the only, I don't want to pick them apart because it's not the only sauna I've experienced that in. But everyone in the Facebook group saying that this thing is amazing, you just haven't tried anything else that is actually amazing. Yeah, this is perfect for beginners. If somebody doesn't care about EMF, they really don't care much about build quality, they don't care about having like certain components or heater placement or full body coverage or any type of controller feature or something like that that's a must-have for other folks, then yeah, I would say buy it. You can't really compare this to certain things because this has a tiny little cheap 4-watt, speaker, or not 4, but they say it has a speaker and it has chromotherapy and all this stuff. But if you look at this LED and you look at this stereo, or I hate to call it a stereo because it's a mono, there's only one speaker. It would be unfair to these guys to even compare that to something else that's higher end because it actually has a true LED light in the top. It has stereo speakers with left and right channels. It has the connectivity at the control panel for all these things, whereas nothing wrong with this. Just understand what you're getting. So if you're on a tight budget and you're just looking to start sweating or get something, this isn't a bad option at all. There's a couple other variations of this that I would prefer over this one exactly. If you look at the YouTube channel and you check out the Life Pro, I like that one even though it's not any better in terms of build quality or anything else, but the heater layout is different. It's got heaters in the floors, the heater coverage is a little tighter at the body and the legs, and I get a better sweat and less time in that thing, and it's the same price as this. The build quality in that, I would argue, is, I shouldn't have said build quality. There's some features in that I like better than this. For one thing, it has an interior and an exterior control panel right here, so you can turn the sauna on and adjust it both from inside and outside. I like that. A lot of people say that that's too nitpicky. Other people say they'll never use a sauna that doesn't have, an in and out control panel. All I'm saying is look at the options, because you don't have to spend extra money to get that. It's just a different model, different company, different this, different that. That said, that's not perfect either. So none of these saunas under $2,000 have been perfect. I know everyone wants them to be perfect, but I'm like the bad guy or the hated guy when we check them and it's like, well, guys, sorry, these aren't exactly as advertised. That said, if you do want all those features and you do want premium, the next one that we're going to show you is going to have all that, but it's going to come at a hefty price. You want it nice? Well, here it is. Let's step into a $5,000 or $6,000 sauna and see what the difference is. I don't even know where to start. Look at it. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's the build quality, number one. These walls are like 1.5 inches thick. The sanding, the quality of the wood, the heaters themselves, right? This has a different style far infrared emitter in it. When you look at it on a FLIR gun, it's totally different. Now, this isn't even one of my favorite saunas. This sauna has things in it that I don't like also, right? It's not perfect, but there's a huge, huge, huge difference between a premium sauna and a budget sauna. And for everyone that gets upset, where they're like, oh, Matt, you just bashed this and bashed that. No, after you use this, you're kind of like, well, if you test drove a Lexus, would you want the Lexus? You would. Clearlight Sanctuary 1, yeah.
Oh, they don't have any like numbers in them?
One person.
Oh, just one. Wow.
Clearlight Sanctuary 1. You could call it an S1. I don't know. This sauna is all glass on the front, so I wouldn't say heat up time is an argued point where this is way better than the Costco sauna. You know, that's what we bring with these reviews. It's real life, honest feedback from actually using them. You might think that the heat up time would be better, but until you use this thing, or you look at it on a FLIR gun, or you have experience with all the saunas, you realize that, you know, I would design this a little bit differently too if I were bringing it to market or if I were making it. So I don't want to portray that, you know, one thing is perfect and the other thing is terrible. That's not what we're trying to do here. What we're trying to do is, you're not going to have the option to try all these before you buy, right? So we're trying to give you the feeling. We're trying to give you, demonstrate what the experience is like so that you understand what people mean when they talk in the reviews. Because I think a lot of it is misguided. I think a lot of it is misunderstood. I think a lot of my content is misunderstood. You think that I hate one thing and love another. Not really, right? I'm extremely picky, and it comes out, you know, in the reviews. I'm hard to please, man. I'm hard to please. Ask any of my girlfriends. They'll tell you. Yeah, that's another reason why we have the reviews, why we have the certified sauna list. The certified sauna list really is just a basic requirement for somebody to produce something at a certain manufacturing threshold. That's why a bunch of saunas just don't qualify to be on the list. People think it's like, oh, you just hate all these companies, or you bash this or bash that. It's like, well, not really. We're open to all kinds of options. We've got like 8 different options now on the buyer's guide, the sauna buyer's guide. But there's tiers to this. There's levels. You have premium stuff. You've got mid-level stuff. You've got budget stuff. You've got wooden things. You've got portable things. You've got domes or barrel, you know, different styles of sauna. They're not all the same. And it's not a one size fits all. The other thing that I recognize is that not everyone is in the same position financially. So while I might love these things, probably going to a Lexus dealership is not the right thing for you, or for I don't mean for you specifically. I just mean for somebody in the general public, right? I've been there. I know what it's like to live on savings in a studio apartment, not have money for stuff and be stressed and all this, you know? So I understand what it's also like to not be able to afford one of these. But if I am going to invest my money, or I am at a later stage in life, or I do have that or have a need for that, I want to make sure that I get the most that I can out of this, because I'll use it more. If I like it more, I'll use it more, right? If I use it more, I'm going to get more health benefits. If I get more health benefits, I'm going to improve my longevity, my health issues, my this, that, and the other, whatever it is, whatever your motivations are for using this equipment. And that's the biggest difference between all these saunas, right? There's levels, and there's manufacturing points, and there's quality standards, and there's EMF safety concerns or standards that they hit or don't hit. It's just better in the higher end saunas. And you can kind of see why now when we lay it out for you. How does a volume wholesaler do mass purchasing, right? What are they giving up in order to offer that? Why, when you go to a hot tub store, you go to a premium sauna place, why is it $6,000 for the thing? Well, if you used it, touched it, feel it, you know, experience it, there's a huge difference. Just the quality of the glass alone, the thickness, the build quality, a lot of times the warranty from the company, just compare them. All those things that you've been researching about, all those videos that you've seen, build quality, heater placement, EMF levels. They're just better in the higher end saunas. It truly is, you get what you pay for in a lot of cases. This just happens to be one of those. But if it's between you spending $5,000 on a premium sauna or doing nothing and not sweating for the next 5 to 10 years, get the Costco sauna, get the Life Pro, get a budget sauna, do the DIY, get something in your house, in your life, so that you can get some type of benefits of heat therapy. Doesn't matter what it is.